So, I hope you like my narrations. Thank you for listening. First glitch. I was walking home one evening, taking my usual route back from work. It's a peaceful small town with little variation, but that day something was different. As I turned the corner onto my street, I noticed that I had just passed Rose's Cafe, an establishment that did not exist on my normal route. Assuming I had taken a wrong turn, I decided to loop back around using the same path I had just walked. Except, when I turned the corner again, I was standing right in front of my house. It's like the road had decided to play tricks on me, stretching and contracting at will. Next glitch. There's a quiet pedestrian bridge in the park near my apartment. That's my go-to thinking spot. I've spent countless evenings there, just enjoying the calm serenity. One day, I sat on the bench and was absent-mindedly watching the overcast sky when I saw an airplane. There was nothing unusual about it, but as I was tracking its flight across the gray sky, it suddenly froze, suspended mid-sky. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, even pinched myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. The plane was just stuck there. After a few minutes and finding no logical explanation, I decided to head home. When I stole a last glance back at the airplane, it was moving again, cruising along its path as if nothing had happened. Next glitch. The following occurred during rush hour in the city, the worst time for commuting, but that day, my subway ride was particularly bizarre. The train stopped at Pear Street, a station I am familiar with, except it wasn't my stop, so I stayed put. The train resumed, and after the routine tunnel darkness, it halted again. The intercom crackled to life, now stopping at Pear Street. I laughed internally at this, assuming it was a botched recording. But as I glanced around, all indications and signs confirmed that we were indeed at Pear Street. Again. Next glitch. An evening of late-night binge-watching had led to me falling asleep on my couch. In my half-awake state, I decided to head to bed. Still groggy, I walked into my bathroom, and catching a glimpse in the mirror, I noticed my reflection didn't seem to mimic me. It was difficult to explain, but as I swayed sleepily, my reflection seemed to lag a split second behind. I thought about waking up fully to process this, but reasoned that I was just particularly tired, and decided to go to bed instead. Next glitch. One day, while taking a break at work, I saw a kid tugging on his mother's coat outside our office building, both clearly visible from the third-floor window where my cubicle was. The child let go of his mother's coat and darted down the street, the mother hot on his heels. They disappeared from my view, so I went back to my computer. About a minute later, I glanced outside again. To my utter shock, the same sequence unfolded, the same kid, the same mother, the exact same scenario. I asked my colleagues if they too had seen this strange rerun, but to them it was just a routine day. I still wonder if I glimpsed into some sort of time loop that day. Next glitch. Living in a small rural town, I love to explore the surrounding woods and natural areas. One day, while wandering through the underbrush, I came across an old, worn-out, single-gloved scarecrow standing in the center of an abandoned field. The following day, I decided to go back with my camera to snap some pictures. However, when I arrived at the field, the scarecrow was gone. The field was a uniform field of wildflowers as far as the eye could see. No disturbances, no footprints, and no scarecrow. Veering on the side of logic, I assumed I must have simply got the location wrong. However, every subsequent time I visited that field, the scarecrow was there. Yet it never appeared whenever I came prepared with my camera. Next glitch. One night I was working late and got really hungry, so I decided to heat up some pizza in my microwave. I set the timer to 3 minutes and went back to my desk to finish up some work. When the timer beeped, I walked back into the kitchen only to find the microwave empty. Absolutely no trace of my pizza slice was there. I opened the fridge, and there was the box of pizza, slice still present. I'm still puzzled about how I could set a microwave timer without actually putting the pizza in, though. Next glitch. Being an early riser, I often get up before dawn to run. During my runs, I always pass by this one house that has unique, vibrant blue siding. It's one of my running routine landmarks. Then one day, I was shocked to notice that the house was no longer blue, but a plain gray. I thought maybe the owners had decided to repaint the house overnight, which seemed strange but possible. The odd thing was, there were absolutely no signs of recent painting. The even stranger thing was that none of my neighbors remembered it being blue. They only knew it as the gray house. Next glitch. Growing up, I had a tree outside my bedroom window that used to scratch and make noises in the wind. It became a soothing, natural sound machine for me. In my adult years, I moved to another city for work, but had the opportunity to visit my childhood home again recently. Nostalgically, I decided to spend the night in my old room. Just as I started dozing off, I heard the familiar scratching and rustling noises from my window. I woke up, went to the window expecting to see my old tree friend, but it wasn't there. Just an open yard with my window facing it. Next glitch. One winter, my family and I went to a local Christmas market. While there, I recall being entranced by a beautiful handmade ornament that hung high up in one of the stalls. But the stall had no ladder or means for anyone to reach that height. I pleaded with my parents to buy it for our tree at home, but they brushed me away, saying we had too many ornaments already. I distinctly remember feeling disappointed but moved on. Now, years later, during a family holiday dinner, we were going through old family photos. I paused as I saw a photo of our family around the Christmas tree, but there, hanging distinctly at the top, was the exact same ornament I once longed for. When asked, my family seems to not remember any such incident or ever buying that ornament.